Now, in your experience, what are some common mistakes that companies may make when communicating their value? And how can a strong creative strategy help them course correct in that mistake?
So that's a really great question. Working with so many IR firms that we've had the privilege of working with over the years and producing enough investor days, I think seeing some of the mistakes that happen. One is the lack of management preparation. You would be amazed how often the IR firm and the team are trying to align on the messaging, they're trying to align on the script, they're aligning on the presentation, and the CEO is nowhere to be found. And the CEO shows up at the 11th hour at the very last minute to review his script. It's mind-boggling to me, the lack of preparation some of the CEOs have. So one is the lack of management preparation. Number two is the clarity in messaging. It's easier in theory, it's harder in practice. A lot of these management teams, believe it or not, there's no real cohesion. Some of the team members on these teams, they're like, I have a different view of this vision of for my area than what's being communicated. So I think clarity and messaging for the management team is really, really important. And just making sure that there's good cohesion across the management team. The third is, I think what really helps companies come back to course correction is strong creative. That's where we kind of come in with the IR firm. When we are presenting the presentation that's going to be given at the investor day, it forces the entire management team to focus on what's going to be said from these pages, right? So it's a good course correction because it focuses the management team on the messaging and how the investors will perceive that. So it forces everybody to the table. So I would say I would really, really encourage the management teams that are coming together for their investor day really take the time to jump in with both feet to be as intentional as possible to make their sections of the presentation as meaningful and as impactful as possible because you're going to have the AI scraping it from whatever said and how it's said, but also the shareholders are going to dive in to really understand what's the content that's shown on this presentation. So management preparation, clarity and messaging, strong creative.